It seems like these days, everybody has a new driver, and they're all really good. But which one is best for you? Stick around, because today we're doing a little driver showdown comparison between Srixon, the newest from Callaway, and the latest from Titleist. Hi friends, I'm Bill Hobson, and over the course of the next few minutes, what we want to do is give you a driver comparison with a bit of a showdown, so to speak, between the latest from Srixon, Titleist, and Callaway. And here to help me do that is we set up inside the Midland Golf HQ, which is a wonderful indoor facility when it's warmer, an outdoor facility. And I want to bring in Austin Deiters, who is one of the owners of this fine establishment.
Sir.
So we've fallen in love with your simulator capabilities here, but also this half of the building where we are today, as we can tell by the wall of driver heads and shafts. You do a lot of fitting.
Absolutely, yeah.
What are most golfers getting wrong about driver fittings?
Yeah, I think most people really are in the wrong type of shaft, loft, even head profiles. You know, every company's got different models that are designed to do different things for each golfer. Some can help you mitigate a slice, some can help you hit it high or lower. I think golfers definitely don't realize that.
So we're going to have some fun today. With those three drivers from those three brands, Austin and I are each going to hit 5 balls. Now here's the beauty. I'm 55. He's
27.
Yeah, newly minted 27.
Right.
If you're predicting in advance a little bit of a differential between club head speed and distance, you're predicting correctly. So keep that in mind, 'cause just so you know, I'm going to be swinging for all I'm worth. But what I'm worth is about 95 miles an hour. I need some more coaching. And then you'll see Rocket Man step in here. So we're going to start by each hitting 5 shots with Srixon. We'll show you the numbers. We'll talk about what we're seeing in them.
Yep.
Did not adjust this at all. This is standard loft. It's a 10.5. This is the ZX5 MKII, famous for its rebound frame. It's a lively driver, and we'll kind of see how lively in our hands. All right, so here we go.
Put it to the test.
And Austin, you can kind of talk through some of the numbers that will appear in each case as well. And if I don't hit a good one, I'm going to claim that I didn't warm up.
Of course.
If I hit a really good one, I'm going to say I had a great warm-up session. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Working on the Flight Scope launch monitor. Number 1. Please be a big number. It's not a very big number. Okay? 96 for me is a bigger number than normal, but I didn't hit it squarely.
Yep.
What do you see in these
Well,
numbers?
definitely because you hit that not as square as you'd like. You can see that our spin rate has rose. It really hinders our distance as far as downrange.
Okay, let's try number 2. I'm getting further off target. We're not going to count that one.
Right.
That was just a miss hit.
Here, let me get that out of there then.
All right. Let us try. Yeah, that shot never actually happened.
It's gone.
We call that a mulligan. Here's number 2, 2B.
Got a strike.
It felt a little bit better. Don't think I... All right. Now for me, and I know that there are some people watching this video right now who are actually laughing at those numbers. But for me, when I see club head at 97, for me that's good. You've seen enough evidence of that. What else do you see in these numbers?
Yeah, so definitely evident you hit that better by our smash factor, which is essentially just an efficiency rating and saying at the speed at which you swung it, you're getting the maximum output you can. That was a much higher number there. I could tell you hit that better. I still think that spin rate's a little high, kind of hurting our distance that way.
Is there something I'm doing that's causing that spin rate to escalate? Or is there something that the driver's causing?
You know, it's a tandem. It's kind of a little bit of both. So loft a driver could be too high. Also, we could be hitting a little bit too down on it. Those are 2 elements that could really impact.
Here's number 3, I believe. Sounds like we're being invaded by helicopters from above right now. I got it off the heel, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, number 3 is not very good. 2 more. That's the miss that you pretend like you meant to hit it low and short for some reason. We call that a knockdown.
Call that a knockdown.
That one felt pretty good for me.
There we go. So you can see that spin rate was down a little bit better, or
Yep.
a little bit more down than the previous ones. We were able to get a little bit more carry out of it, and that smash factor was definitely up relative to some of the other strikes.
Okay, number 5 with the Srixon, and we'll have Austin step in here and put me to shame. I didn't feel like it went that far left, but it went left. Okay, there are my 5. If you want to switch the screen over to yours, now what we're going to see are some really large numbers that will amaze and impress you. Mine are more to humor and entertain you and inform you because, let's face it, most of us watching this right now are probably a little closer to my speed than what you're about to see with Austin, but it's good stuff. Yeah, where are most golfers in swing speed?
So the average swing speed, let's say for a middle-aged adult, I mean, if you're getting up to 90 to 85 miles an hour, I think you're right. You're almost even above average as far as, I think most people really try to compare themselves to tour professionals. And that's just not a fair fight there.
Are you trying to say that I'm in that average or above average range?
I think you're well above average.
I paid him to say that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number 1, Srixon for Austin. You may have noticed a much louder sound on there. He went 117 club speed, carry 280, total 300.
A little right, but hey, we'll take that.
Yeah, you could find that and probably
Absolutely.
play it with a flip wedge in.
Uh-huh.
Number 2. Have you had much experience with the Srixon in your hands?
This is the first time I've hit the Srixon.
Okay. 2 swings in. That one's 309 total, 117 club head speed. Your spin is 26.59. Mine was what, $4,000?
Yeah, on a couple of those mishits, you got down to just around 3,000 or just below it on those better strikes. So
Okay.
I think that's definitely in a range which is tolerable.
Tolerable is what we're looking for here. Just tolerable. That one was also tolerable. Plays a nice little draw. 120 off the club, 301 total.
So if I'm looking at this for myself,
Yep.
I like the way I'm launching it. Around 14 degrees or so, I think that's a good range for myself.
Okay.
Spin rate might be a little bit high for what I like to see, but overall right now feels good.
Okay.
Performance as well.
Okay. I think you're putting a hole in your screen. All right, here's number 4.
I think you loosened it up for me though before, right?
Yes, yeah, like the pickle jar, I got
Right.
it started. It's 118, that one goes out to 308. Your spin there's 2,700. And your launch at 12.9, is that high for you?
12.9, nope, I'd say that's well, anywhere from 13 to 15 is where I
Okay.
typically will launch it.
Number 5 on the Srixon for Austin. It's a nice, easy looking swing too, just gets through it.
Now that was a good strike.
We may have our personal best there on shot 5, 120, coming out to 312. Yeah, I'd say you'd be pretty happy with that one.
Would not be
Let's
disappointed.
put it this way, I think I would be. All right, next up, we are going to tackle the brand new Callaway Paradigm. You are seeing this all over the world of professional golf for sure, and it's quite often in the winner's circle these days. Austin, this is kind of your personal favorite, right?
This is my gamer. I've been a big fan of Paradigm. I think they're doing good stuff right now.
Now, this has the adjustable weight in the
Yes.
back. I haven't moved it a bit.
Yeah.
Literally have not hit a shot with this at all outdoors. So everything is set up neutral, 10.5 degree. They were very kind to put my grip on it, which is a little bit tapered, a little bit bigger. And,
Yep.
other than that, we will see how we do here. 5 shots with the Paradigm. Just give me a number like Austin's. Not quite.
Okay.
All right, so I came across that one a bit.
Fades typically have a little bit more spin. I would say even for a fade, that's not terrible.
Okay. Club head speed's a little bit better. I don't have a lot of lag. I don't know if you folks have noticed that.
We could take a slow-mo for you.
Right? I'm already in slow-mo. See how we did with number 2 there. About the same.
Similar spin rate dropped a little bit.
So you can give me some tips while you're back there, you know, if you see some, what is it that makes me swing like a 27-year-old? That would be the key. Maybe we should do age category specific kind of a comparison.
Sure, compare it around, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Number 3.
That sounded nice.
That felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, in my dream world, I can complain, but in my reality world, I'd be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly,
As you should.
not because of the total distance, but I prefer the carry to be
Farther.
somewhere 2 1/4
Correct.
range, right?
Absolutely.
I'm not Rory at match play carrying at 349 on 18,
There's only very few people in the world that can do that.
and I am not one of them. Number 4. That felt like a little bit of a swiper. We'll see if I felt that right. Big spin. Yep. I think you've told me this before. I have a tendency to get a little vertical sometimes and come chopping down across there. Number 5 with the Paradigm. Feels great. That's off the toe. I'm giving myself number 6. I'm calling a media mulligan.
Yeah.
Can't go out on that. That's not fair to Callaway.
Sounded nice.
That one felt pretty good. Austin, I can't imagine anybody hitting a ball farther than that ever.
I mean, that one was hit pretty darn good.
Although I have a feeling in about 30 seconds we're going to see that theory blown away.
So those were better numbers there.
Okay.
I like that spin rate at 28.35. Spin's both a good and a bad thing. Too much spin and you lose in distance. Too little spin, the ball doesn't stay in the air. So you want to be in that range there of which you get optimal of both.
For the first 2 drivers between Srixon and this one,
Right.
I don't think I became a different golfer.
Sure.
So what are the differences between these 2
Right.
thus far?
So the Paradigm profile is a little bit lower spinning of a head. Therefore, and it kind of showed there, right?
Yeah.
As far as ball speeds, on the better strikes, you might have had a little edge with the Callaway there. But other than that, I would say they're rather similar profiles.
All right, your turn. I don't know if you want this one or he does have his own Paradigm set up so we can finally see some big numbers, you know. I get embarrassed for Austin. He's kind of bunting them out there at 310. You know, your friends are watching
Right.
this. I don't want you to have to make excuses.
No, of course, that's part of being a golfer, though. You got to have those excuses, right?
I have lots of them. I've developed them over a quarter century. That seemed to be well struck.
Yeah, that's one of those misreads there.
Yeah, once in a while the flight scope makes it look a little bit funky, and that was not a funky ball flight, it just was measured weird. Now, if I say that about mine, people are like, oh, he's making excuses. No, it literally just kind of glitched on him. So here's number 1, officially. Yeah, 285 carry, 316 total. Spin at 1921.
So we're into my gamer now. It's the one I play, and that might be a touch low of where I like to see it, but it's definitely more where I like it to be.
And a reminder of the importance of dialing in your gamer.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if you were to hit the one that I had set
Yep.
up kind of just for me and kind of its generic position,
Yep.
it would be different numbers. What's your loft?
So this loft right here is at 7 degrees.
What?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so I was just hitting 10 and a half.
Yep.
So, obviously
So I hit pretty up on my my golf ball. So anything with a lot of loft, it tends to get more spin, and it tends to go too high for me. I lose my distance and control.
Okay. By the way, here's today's public service announcement. Do not go and get a 7-degree driver.
Not something that I would advise.
Right? Yeah, that is a beautiful little tight draw.
That was it.
120,
Well, I got a little out of
180
hand
ball,
there.
180 ball speed. Come on. My goodness. At what skill level would somebody entertain the idea of a driver at 7 degrees?
You know, if you look on the PGA Tour, there's a lot of guys that play 10.5.
Yeah,
There's
I've
guys
noticed
that play 9 degrees. It's all about your swing type, what you're doing with your swing, and what kind of things you want to improve or accomplish.
Which is another reminder of the, can I use the word stupidity?
Sure, absolutely.
Of just going and buying gear because you
Yes.
saw somebody play it on TV.
Yes,
They're really, really good.
absolutely, absolutely. They have.
Unless, I should add a disclaimer, unless you've seen me play it on TV.
Yes,
Then
right.
just go get it.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, number 3.
Gonna straighten that out a little bit.
That is a beauty. We went 119, 181 ball speed, 319 total.
That one, I couldn't have got to 180 feet of height there.
No, sometimes the flight scope is losing the end of that ball flight.
Right.
And just kind of, it's kind of tailing it off
You're right.
graphically, even though it's not possible that it would get there. Yeah, number 4. See, that's right down the line. And if it takes a big turn left, that's just because flight scopes cannot compute these numbers.
Now that one I hit a little off the bottom.
You did.
Yep, and my strikes off the bottom tend to have a little bit more spin on them.
2,800.
Yep.
121 club speed, 176 ball speed. All right, number 5 here on the Paradigm. That is a rocket. I'm assuming you're fairly happy with that one.
Yep, that was probably my best one yet.
Was I standing? And there, after it hits the ground, it somehow
I know.
it hit a sprinkler
It's got
head.
a ground hook.
120, 178,
Yep.
and 286 carry. Man, oh man. All right. So Paradigm obviously fits you very
Absolutely.
nicely. Our third driver that we're going to test today is from our friends at Titleist. This is the TSR 2. And again, I haven't dialed this in any way for me, except I was fitted for it, but I haven't adjusted anything from the loft and lie. It's at 10 degrees. As we step in here, this Austin is a very popular professional level
Absolutely.
driver, right?
The TSR has been a great club, and you see a lot of professionals right now competing at a high level with it.
Well, we'll give it a run here. Has such a good feel to it. And for me, again, we're going realistic expectations here.
That's awesome.
For me, a carry at 2 1/4 and a total out of 250 is pretty darn good.
No, that's great.
So 94.5.
You could see that the efficiency rating was up and everything.
Spin was only 1895, so glad for that. Number 2. I got that high. Let's see if that's...
You know, for high in the face there, I'd say that's still great numbers.
You think I should probably give up the TV show and go right to the
I absolutely
Champions
do.
Tour?
Yes.
Yeah. I like my chances there. There's only 40 major winners out there. Those guys are older than me. They're hitting at 320.
Yes.
Okay, I give up.
Well, that means there's hope.
Nope, that means there's no hope. I felt a little pull on that one, but it felt solid.
Very solid.
I like the feel of this big time. All right, number 4. Don't know what we got there. 94. All right, again, for me, pleased. If it was
As far as, did you feel like you hit that one pretty well?
No, I felt like I hit it a little bit high.
High in the face?
High in the face. It felt
Right.
like it. But,
Yeah.
but I think the spin looks decent.
Spin looks great,
Okay.
and your launch looks great. I mean, that's optimized right there.
Okay. If we could just put some jet fuel in that club speed, we'd be even happier. One more. Felt like a little cut there.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what this one does.
Yeah, a little steep. Yep. All right, your turn.
Absolutely.
Love the feel of this.
I mean, that was very evident that spin rates were down a little, or down more. They were,
Yeah.
they were in a range at which we'd like to see them.
Yeah.
Launch angles, height, everything was really good there. That was an optimized driver
Okay,
for you.
so you've seen me hit the 3 drivers
Yep.
that we brought with us.
Yep.
You're the unbiased pro
Yeah.
here. Which one would you put in as my gamer?
You know, there's a lot of different things you look at when you're trying to pick a driver, right? You shouldn't just grab the one that you hit the farthest. But as far as distance and accuracy, I thought the Titleist right there
I did too.
was clearly the best one.
I did too. Let's see what you bring to the table here. Which one, are you using the TSR2 or which?
I am using the TSR 3.
3, okay.
Would you like me to use the 2?
It's for a more highly skilled player, just so you know. Nothing, we're just whispering over here,
is
no
that
big
right?
deal.
Uh-huh.
In fact, when I asked about playing the 3, they were like, no chance.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 287 carry, 315 total, ball speed 176. So, all right, so obviously you're athletic and you have length. When you watch numbers on TV like
Yeah.
ball speed 225,
Yeah. Yep.
what do you think? Because I know it's unattainable for me. Do you want
I can't,
that?
no, at least for myself, I think I would be really giving up the face control that I have to be
Yeah.
able to achieve those numbers.
Because it's a bigger miss.
Absolutely. I mean, at higher speeds, 1 to 2 degrees difference in the face is
Yeah.
far more consequential.
Yeah.
So for me, I would really be spraying and praying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Spraying
and praying. Put that on my business card.
Yeah.
It's number 2 with the Titleist. Radar didn't get a very good read on that one. 174. Now, if you're, for some reason, you're feeling it,
Yeah.
had your Red Bull,
Yeah.
I don't want you to do it here, but
Sure.
what's your max club speed?
Max club speed, I can get up to about 123, 124.
Yeah.
Ball speed about 182 to 184 on the top end.
Okay.
That's if I'm grooving.
No, I like the fact that you're swinging controlled and you're not going to hurt yourself. You're not going to DeChambeau
Right.
yourself out of being able to play.
And that's, aside from Bryson, I'd say that's the scary part is most of these professionals are not going full out. They're dialing it back, right?
You would have to, as many reps as they get.
Absolutely.
You couldn't max it out every minute of every day.
And like an exception out from Bryson, because he's going all out.
Yeah.
It might be lost a little right.
I'm also reminded that the next time I'm playing at Scramble, I need to call Austin.
I'll tell you what, that was a nice solid strike.
Maybe put Austin on your Scramble team. You think you might be able to help the team just a little bit? I don't know. I don't even know if he can putt, but it doesn't matter at this
Right.
point. All right, last one.
Yep.
TSR 3 for Austin, 2 for me. Oh. He hunkered down a little bit on that last one.
Boy.
So, as you're doing amazing
Yeah.
things with this,
Yes.
is there any part of you that's like, maybe the Titleist goes in my
Well,
favorite bag?
I tell you what, no denying that I was able to control this a little bit better. Might be time to revisit my gamer and see
We've
what's
given
going
you
on.
some
That's
food for
right.
thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so last thing I have for you before we wrap up, we already talked about in my world, we talked a little bit about in your 3 driver comparison that you've got some more things to think about. What would you like golfers everywhere
Yeah.
to know and to think about whether they watch our numbers or they
Sure.
go and get fitted for themselves.
Yeah.
What do we need to know so we don't waste $600 on a
Sure,
driver?
absolutely. And the thing I always tell people nowadays, golf clubs are expensive. Get fit. You know, for our facility here, we don't charge. If you do buy the clubs through us, so you'd be paying the same price as you would grab it off the wall, but you got a custom fit club for you that's tailored to what you want to do. And the second thing, come in, have an idea of your general ball flights, things that you want to correct, and it really helps us out to be able to dial in your game.
So if you're in the middle part of Michigan, Midland Golf HQ, can't miss it. If you're somewhere else, go to a PGA professional,
Absolutely.
an accomplished club fitter near you. Do not, okay, how do I say this with more clarity?
Right.
Do not just go to a big golf expo and buy a bunch of clubs out of the bargain bin
Right.
and think that you're set for the summer without touching them. You just can't do it that way.
You could be hurting yourself. It can make the game a lot more frustrating, and in the end, we want
It's
to...
frustrating enough.
Exactly. It is a tough enough game, and don't need to make it tougher.
Hey, thanks for basically doubling up all my numbers and for volunteering to be part of any Scramble team I play on.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
Anytime,
A great
Bill.
team here in Midland. And hopefully this driver comparison helped kind of reshape your thinking a little bit, whether it's those three brands or whichever brand you prefer to play.
Absolutely.